Boston Celtics, the green pride of New England, or the other name I like to call them, Unk.
What's wrong with him? When I came down.
They are the big jean wearing, 40-ounce drinking Unk of the NBA. Thank you Sports Pride 1 for the suggestion. Remember, this series is community ran, so comment down below who you want next. Here is the hater's guide to the Boston Celtics. I am going to help you shut that ugly Boston Celtics fan up. You know the fans that have that Larry Bird jersey and sits there and they throw darts at LeBron James's picture? I'm talking about those fans. Now the Michigan video was a bit unorganized. From now on, we will go in chronological order. Let me take you where it all began. The 50s and the 60s, where Boston discovered basketball. I want you to really think about how good your team would be if you discovered basketball. This is the time of the great Bill Russell. God rest his soul, there will be no Bill Russell slander. But here's why we hate this Celtics era. They had a super team. They literally had all the all-stars. They had Bill Russell, they had Bob Cousy, they had Casey Jones, they had Sam Jones. I just want to know, I named 3 brothers, and that is rare for the 60s. In this time, they won 11 championships. But the funny part is they had more championships than there were teams. Yeah, Boston, y'all basically started with the playoffs, dude, and you had all the black people. And their competition was like plumbers and milkmen. My LA Fitness team was winning a championship. And we hate the Celtics because they ruined Wilt Chamberlain's career. He should have like at least 4 finals. And then we get to the 70s. This is when these bums get the slice of the best humble pie. It's time for the other teams to get good, aka get brothers. You had Kareem coming in the mix for the Bucks. The Lakers finally got their ring. You had Walt Frazier, Earl the Pearl on the Knicks. You had Dr. J. The brothers are in the NBA and they're here to stay, basically. As soon as the brothers come, Boston gets sorry. That's all I'm saying. But Boston has something for them in the 80s. I don't know what they cooked up. Before I get to the 80s, we are only at about 175 subscribers. We got TikTok motion, but we need that YouTube motion. It's different here. So if you want to join the athletic club where the F is for fans, go ahead and hit that free subscribe button. Let's get to 1K, baby. The Celtics got a bad mofo and probably lacking in a certain department, I'm just saying, but he could bust anyone's ass. His name was Larry Bird. I have nothing bad to say about the 80s. I love Larry Bird. If we had a race draft, I'm drafting Larry Bird first pick overall. The only complaint I have is that he couldn't dunk without looking like he pulled a hammy. Then here comes the 90s. You suck. You all suck. This is probably the worst Celtic decade of all time. Michael Jordan put belt to behind all decade. He left, came back, and still put belt to behind. Larry Bird had a bad back. Rick Pitino was supposed to be y'all savior, and he left. Y'all were supposed to have the next Jordan in 1986 and drafted Len Bias. Then he overdosed on cocaine on draft night. You missed out on Tim freaking Duncan in 1997. Oh my goodness, if you want to make a Celtic fan find the nearest bridge, bring up the 90s. You all had such a bad decade that you went and got mommy's credit card and y'all put the bag on the league. Y'all literally pulled the MMG on the NBA. You had Paul Pierce and Rondo. You went and bought Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen just to win 1 championship. The same shit y'all hate LeBron for. You all were the same thing, but boring. Straight jump shots, middies. I'm going to combine the 2010s and the 20s. You have great drafting in these years. You draft Jayson Tatum. You draft Jaylen Brown. You draft Robert Williams. You add Kyrie in free agency. How don't y'all win a championship? I mean, honestly, this should be a dynasty, and you just couldn't close the deal. Except last year when you get the easiest conference in 2 decades. They literally had the red carpet. Jayson Tatum is cringy as ever. Jaylen Brown can't go left. Al Horford is old and balding. I wish that man would retire. And your coach, he's a lunatic. If you enjoyed this chapter of the Hater's Guide, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we are only at 175 subscribers, so every single one of you are important. Comment down below who we hate next, because trust me, we have no motion. I read them all. Because remember, this series doesn't run without your comments. Whoever you hate, I hate. American Dad's better than Family Guy anyway.